In the basement now, got a expansion tank, pressure reducing valve. Should have grabbed a pressure relief valve too. And some boiler drains, but I'll show you what I am doing here and hopefully I can record a good amount for it. So we've got these two massive boilers, Burnham, 299,000 BTUs and 198. See 4 zones here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zones there, 3 water heaters. No makeup air in here that I see, but you can see we're dripping 2 spots. One from our pressure relief valve drip leg, the other is from this boiler drain. But you can see there's our relief valve. Here's our pressure gauge, and we're at just under about 30 psi according to the gauge. But I gotta replace that pressure reducing valve. We'll see how I'll do that. And this expansion tank as well, which rusted, but hopefully I can get that off without any problems. And I'm gonna start by draining the boiler down. Looks like I'm gonna have to cut the copper. Maybe I'll put in a ball valve on the 1/2-inch water line. I have a feeling with the valve that's there now it's probably passing, but I'm gonna get started by draining down into this bucket, at least take the pressure out. Okay, so I'm a little bit tight with space to be able to record and work and give you a good angle at the same time. But this is the boiler drain, which is leaking, so just because that's simple, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. So I have this 3/4 boiler drain, which I have Teflon, and I'm gonna close it, so hopefully I can just get that one right out and then put the new one in without draining the boiler the entire way. And that's gonna be really tight because it's rusted. I'm gonna use a breaker. I'm gonna hold back, I should say. Or I could take off. No, let's just try to do it like this. So I'm holding back with the bigger wrench. Oh man, that's tight. Open this up a little bit. And try to get a good position. Oh, there we go. Nice. That wasn't that tight at all. But I am hoping I can get this one in with minimal water loss. Let's see. And get the threads lined up. And that was pretty simple. I didn't think that was going to go that smoothly. And I'll make that nice and tight. I like these new boiler drains that Mike got. I guess they're made out of maybe, I don't know, stainless steel? Maybe they're aluminum. They're nice looking. And I like these valves better than when you have to completely turn it to loosen it out. This is just a 1/2 a turn or 1/4 of a turn, which is nice. That should be tight enough. I'll face it out that way. And that should be fine. And for this, I'm gonna have to do some cutting. Let's see if I could do the expansion tank first. Can move the camera. I got a tripod. There supposedly is no pressure in the system. I don't know what's gonna happen when I remove that, besides I know it's gonna be really heavy. Maybe I'll pull the Schrader out and turn it into a bucket. Have a little Klein screwdriver. The camera zooms in on it, but one of the heads is a Schrader, the other is thermostat, flathead, and there's also a Phillips in there, but it's nice to have the little Schrader tool. You can see how it's so heavy. Is it a good view? Yeah. Move it over a little bit. And they'll get on the... Huh. I think it's sucking right now. Yeah, it is. So... maybe just this will drain it out. Yep. Yeah, so this expansion tank's totally rusted through. Because as soon as I started loosening up this Schrader, you can hear it sucking the water right out. It's draining into my bucket. And once that drains, for the most part, I'll get the new expansion tank ready, which is what the camera's sitting on. So I'll stop this and start recording once it's done. Teflon, the expansion tank. All that comes out. Another X-Star 30, the same exact thing. And 1/2 inch, so we're good. I don't know if you can see it, but I got the Teflon. And get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5-ish wraps. That'll be good enough. It's not a high pressure system. I should be able to get it tight enough. Drop to the side. And I'll leave our Knipex again. Still got a good amount of water in it, so it's going to be heavy. Stripped. I don't want to rust this or break this rusted fitting, so I'm being careful. Oh. This one's tight. Oh man, it's real tight. I stop the draining. A little bit out there. Try it without the breaker. Without holding back, I should say, which might be a really bad idea. Does not want to budge. get some penetrating oil and I'll spray it on. Just grabbed Croil, which Mike loves to use, and it works really, really well. Just let a good amount of it sit on there. I'll try to work at it while it's sitting in there. There we go. I think this bracket might have ended up making it harder. Loosen that. Back on, so when I take it off, it's not leaking a crazy amount of water. Yeah. Okay, Peter and Mike showed up, so I stopped recording, but all I did was I took the expansion tank out and then I remounted it in the proper orientation and I replaced the air vent. We're leaving the pressure reducing valve because it seems to be fine right now, but it's running. It has the wrong diverter, which Mike pointed out. I did not know that this wasn't up to code, so but we're just getting him running for now to make sure he has heat, and we'll address all the other issues at a later date. We were here initially because there was no heat, but I found the power switches were off. That water is from the relief valve dripping because the expansion tank was bad. See, our pressure is still staying at around right where I filled it. Or I guess where the pressure reducing valve filled it, about 15. So it should be okay. It's just elbow, a long nipple, another elbow, and a skinny nipple. It was tight, so I scratched up the tank, but that was the longest nipple I could get. And then Mike fixed this valve with some ball wick, so it stopped leaking. And we're just making sure it runs okay. Okay, so the pressure was still going up, and it started to drip, even though it was under 30 psi from the relief valve. So we replaced the relief valve too, and we replaced the pressure reducing valve, which is nice because that one also has a shutoff. But it's got a boiler drain, a new relief valve, a new pressure reducing valve, a new expansion tank in the right orientation, and an air separator. And now that's going to be it for this. I guess we'll be back here to really fix everything, like this old V&G circulator pump, which clearly should have been, I guess there was a drip. You could see there's all these press fittings, so someone was here and they replaced all these ball valves, because where there aren't press fittings, like these two pipes, it's still the old ball valves. But yeah, this guy just bought the house. It's a massive house, as you can see by the size of the boilers. But that's it. Okay, that's gonna be it for this video. I'm done for the day. I'm running low on like everything that I keep stocked, like pressure reducing valves, boiler drains, relief valves, expansion tank, things like that. So I need to go back to the shop to restock, so I'm doing that on my way home. And that's it. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, like the video, comment any advice or criticisms or feedback, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.